Hi, this is Juan Escovedo, and you're watching the Breaking Down Show.
Yes, indeed. We have as our special guest today the birthday boy.
Yes.
Uh, Let me embarrass you for just a minute, man, because Juan Escovedo has been a musical and personal hero of mine for a while. I owe him an enormous debt of gratitude for a story that I've told on the show a couple times, but maybe I'll get to it again. Right? The important thing is he is celebrating a birthday today, and we're happy to have him here. Happy birthday. Thank you.
Do you know how old I'm going to be?
Yeah, 37.
Yes. So keep that, that. Actually, 64.
You'll be 64.
64, March 13th.
I know that you have worked with one of my very favorite drummers in the whole world, Billy John.
Yes.
You guys work together extensively.
Yes.
Yeah. Man.
So, obviously you know, but played with Frank Beverly and me, and the Supernatural album, Santana.
Yep.
Platinum.
Man.
So he's on that track.
If only it's
Yeah. Right.
He's been around for a long time. I think you guys did the Kids tour for every one.
We did. It was Richard Aguan and Billy Johnson. We had two drummers.
Let's think about that duo for a bit.
Right. Really. Because I didn't know. So this is the first band I ever played with that had two drummers. I know James Brown had two drummers.
Yep.
So when I got the gig through Pelton Pilot from Confunction, he called me to come down, get in the band. And then actually they started with one drummer.
Okay.
It didn't work out. He left.
It was neither one of those two that they started.
They were not even, on the radar.
You could tell me later who.
Yeah.
Because
he was from Norway.
They decided
I'll put
to
it
get
that way. He was from Norway. He came in trying to do funk.
Yeah.
That wasn't his.
It wasn't working out.
It wasn't waiting. So then we had another rehearsal, and then Billy came in, Billy Johnson, and then I'm like, like this is going to be a trip. And then the way they played, and I asked them when they came because I knew both of them. So when they came, I said, "How do you guys going to do this with two drums?" And there was two percussion players. Yeah. So me and another girl play percussion. So that's like four patterns, a lot, one on at one time. So,
but hold on.
Yeah.
Then you saw how many dancers were in the show. Oh. Then you were like, oh, okay, super drummer, super percussionist. Because there was 50 million dancers.
A lot of dancers. They were coming in at least 30. At least 30.
At least 30. So there was if I remember, this was the biggest tour. I know we're going back.
Yeah.
By the way, but it was the biggest tour in the universe at the time. And I want to say, I remember hearing that there were 12 buses on this tour. And one bus was just dancing.
Yeah. Or maybe two. Because the band actually was on one bus. Horse Hammer had his own bus. Security had another bus. Because of like 15, 20 security guys. They need a band too on the tour. The crew, like you said, the dancers, the band, we had our own bus. And there's so many buses of like crazy.
Here's what I know about that Twiggy inside basement. Did you have your own?
In the beginning, no. So
beginning.
Yeah, so there's you can imagine that bill at the hotel. So there's so many people. Yeah, they would double up. But what was good about that tour, we had the Embassy Suites. So if you know Embassy Suites, they have two separate like apartments, like
every
bedroom and apartment. So it's kind of divided, but you still roommates and stuff. But it was just
who was your roommate?
You know what? I switched a few people. But usually when you do a tour, they ask you who do you know you want to. If you're living with that person,
you want to bunk with, right?
Bunk with. So
I can live with it.
Yeah, Richard. But Richard was with Billy. Them two was home. No, actually, they're the only two that actually had their own room.
That was the OG move right there.
That's
You were on
right.
that tour. You had your own room. You were in territory.
Yeah, eventually I had my own. But yeah, they started off with the, you know,
They
banning
need
rascals.
you to put that in their contract.
Sure did. Once I found out they had their own room, I'm like, that's fine too. So
That was
I went to
the
Hammer.
move.
But there's so many people that when we went to a hotel, they rented out the whole hotel. It's like, you see, so 30 dancers, 15, 20 people on stage, and band members, security, another 15. So you get a hotel and it holds like 80 people. We took over the whole hotel. But we knew everybody, you know, right? Every room. They just knocking on doors, hanging out.
But that's not the only enormous tour. Because prior to that tour, and I may be even skipping tours, but you were on the most enormous tour that there practically ever was, which was Purple Rain.
Purple Rain tour.
Man.
So that story is, so Sheila, actually, I don't know if you know this. So Prince met my father first. But my father, Peter Escovedo, was playing with Santana. Prince came in to take piano lessons from the piano player. But so anyway, so he was taking lessons. He was like 15, 16. I think it was, I don't know how old was he when he did his first album? Was he 18? He was 18. Yeah, signed. So this is 2 years before that.
Yeah.
Wow. So, yeah. So Prince was taking lessons.
That explains a lot because I've seen
Right.
Prince, Prince many, many times. Every time that I've seen Prince, he always acknowledges who's there, and it's always 5 or 6 enormous artists who are there to see the show.
Right.
But I know I've been to at least 6 or 7 Prince shows where Carlos is.
Yes.
So they've been friends for a very, very long.
Yes, he was 15, I believe, 16. And then, so my father met him, like my father knew who he was and what he'd done and stuff. And then he met, obviously, Sheila believes was next. At the Circus Star Theater. Yes, they call it. Yeah, Circus Star. Sheila was actually on tour with Marvin Gaye. So, and Prince met Sheila, and he already knew who she was and what she's been doing. So he's been a fan of her for a while. And then eventually, you know, he was coming to the house and over, you know, and stuff. So in our house, we always had drums, guitars, whatever. They always, the band always rehearsed. Yes, everybody rehearsed at my father's. So Prince,
like Guitar Center in your living room.
Well, yeah, it was amazing. Not a sponsor. So when he came in, you know, I said, so Sheila's like, this is Prince. Prince. He just, cause he had, you know, over jeans and pants. I'm like, doesn't look like a Prince to me. So
that's like a pauper.
Right. Cause there's always musicians coming in and out the house. So
plus we take for granted now because we know who Prince was.
Right. But at that time,
he's like the Prince of what?
Right. I'm like a Prince. I was laughing. I thought it was fun. Because everybody have their, you know,
plus
they change their name.
Because you've already said.
No, she's 65.
Oh,
she's a year and a half, year older. Okay. So her birthday was in December.
Well, I thought you were 37 and she looks 35. So anyway,
right.
Moving on.
That's true. So yeah, so Prince came over and then, so he came downstairs with the studio and stuff we had. We started playing. Good. Then he got on bass. We played guitar.
Yeah.
I'm like, dang, I've seen people come in this house play, not like that.
Yeah.
And every instrument he played,
you've seen a lot of people come in.
Oh, he was so amazing. And I'm like, okay.
And commanded each and every instrument. Because I've been to a lot of Prince shows with my band, whatever my band was at the time. And we'd all leave and like,
Right.
On my own, and everybody said it. Like he whooped everybody.
Oh, he was amazing. He's better than everybody's hired. And everybody's hired was amazing. But so when we were rehearsing in Minneapolis, before the Purple Rain tour, uh, so I met him and knew him, but I never really rehearsed with his band till we got to Minneapolis. We actually rehearsed, for 3 months for that tour. Okay. So when Sheila did the video, Glamorous Life, video, Sheila and Prince wrote the whole album. So they didn't have a band. They didn't need one. Chris played everything.
Right.
And then Sheila sang, and played drums on everything. He played keyboards, bass, guitar. So Sheila said, man, I need to put a band together. The song is hit. And then, so she goes, I'm going to do a video in LA. You guys want to come?
So hold on. That means that you guys, your first iteration as that band was really for the video.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But there was no band.
Right.
So we just had to learn Glamorous Life. We're like, okay. So we learned it. And Zena, my sister Zena, never played guitar, even put a strap on or nothing.
Yeah.
But they had no
player at that
She
video.
played guitar in the video. And Scott Roberts, played drums. Benny Refield, that now plays bass for Santana, was on that video. And then I played piano on that video. Wow. And my brother played sax in the video. And he's not a sax player, but he did good.
But on the record, did Eddie Means play on that record? He did play sax.
I think, I need to check that out, but I think it was Eric Lee.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, his brother was manager of James Brown, manager, and then he ended up working with
Eric Lee's
brother. Eric
was
Lee.
the manager for James Brown. When Eric Lee now he's like a back office too. He runs radio.
Yeah, and he was with the family. Remember the family?
Yeah.
Part of that.
The original recording of Nothing Compares to Music.
Right.
So, man, I always loved that little horn section with Eric Lee and Atlanta Bliss. Man, it was just a two-person horn section, but they were so tight. But I want to make sure we always get back to this point, which is Juan's birthday party with the Samantha Hotel Ballroom in Milpitas this coming Saturday. And get tickets to that because we started this whole conversation with Billy Johnson will be on.
Yeah.
And Billy Johnson is a bad man. Yeah. So he's going to be on the drums. You have Mark Kemper from
Color Be Bad. Yeah. And he's on not all my videos. So I'm releasing a new video, March 13th, which is actually my birthday. This will be my 5th video.
The video comes out tonight.
Yes. Tonight. Correct. So,
stay tuned.
Yeah.
Stay on Juan's Facebook page.
And if you get a chance to go on YouTube and check out Juan Escovedo videos, so my first one was Angel, written by myself, Michael Angel Alvarado. Used to live here in San Jose. Now he's in LA with the family. But we co-wrote that song, and El DeBarge came in. Oh, so here's the story.
Favorite song.
Thank you. So actually, we wrote this song.
You and El DeBarge also go way back long.
Man, about 35, 40 years. So we're doing a TV show. I want to say American Bandstand. Okay. I want to say that.
Hold on. I just want to acknowledge that Juan reminiscing going, we were doing a TV show. I want to say it was American Bandstand. He's done so many TV shows that doesn't remember if it was American Bandstand.
Yeah, I think it was. So L was walking by, and I said, he saw me go, hey, what's up? Hey, no, we started talking. Immediately, we hung out that whole day. He gave me his number, his cell number. He said, man, we got to stay in touch. And he just looks, some people you meet, they're like family.
Yeah, you just right out of the gate.
And he has the same body.
Yep.
And our family
That's how I
all
felt
musicians.
about Juan. He had to meet me about 8 times. The first time I met him.
And we're family.
And
Well,
we're also neighbors now.
we're neighbors now. Don't give out my address,
I know,
though.
I know. They can't come up to where we live.
We got security.
Yeah,
We got pit bulls around us and snakes and sharks.
Let's talk about Vernon Black, though, because he's in your
Oh,
band, too.
Yeah, Vernon Black, play with Mariah Carey.
Man,
Michael
Vernon Black is bad.
Yeah, he's bad. And a good guy.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's the thing that when people get in band stuff and you have this clique, it's, I don't want to say it's seldom, but it's nice when you like connect with this musician. So you always keep them with but they're good people. Right? Because if you know this business, any business, any industry, anything you get involved with, there's always,
With Shyster.
yeah, you could say that, yeah.
But everybody's got them.
Yeah, but when
anybody
you
who
find
has
somebody great like
longevity-
this,
Yeah, everybody has longevity, like you have. I mean, by the time you've had a career as long as yours, you weeded out the rifflet.
yes. But so when you start meeting one good guy, another, they recommend another good guy. So sometimes you don't even have to go through all that problems of, man, you should, for one thing, you never should recommend a guy that's always late, not returning your calls, not taking care of business, not studying the songs. That's the main thing. Yep. So when you rehearse, you know who's serious about the music because they come in knowing every note. Yep. And you don't have to delegate anything. You just sit down, play your part. But when you rehearse and you see like 2 or 3 guys like on the rehearsal, they're asking me, what chord is this? Like, I sent you the songs a month ago. Yeah. So if you come in and not prepared, guess what? You got this gig, but the next one, I ain't calling you. And that's how it works. So when people go, man, how can you call me back? This thing? Should know.
That's why.
Yeah, that's why.
For everybody out there who didn't get a call back, why?
Yeah, that's why. You weren't prepared for the show and doing your homework. And I've been in bands that rehearse 2, 3 times a week, 5 days a week, done that when I was younger. Now you just send out the song. Like we're at that level where we have CDs, send them CDs. Do your homework. Let's have one rehearsal. Nail your part. Let's move on. And if you don't know your part, guess what? You're not called for the next gig. Yeah.
At the level that you're playing, too, that if you don't know your part, you'd be the one guy in the room that doesn't know. That'll be obvious to everybody. So do your homework, please.
Yeah.
I don't want to miss Gary Brown.
Yes, Gary Brown. Okay, that's my musical director. Amazing guy, amazing bass player, and he toured Areto.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's played with everything. He's an amazing person, great bass player for the show. And that Frank Martin,
Frank Martin.
Wow, Frank Martin, look him up, man. He played with Aretha Franklin, Mariah Carey. Okay, everything that Michael Walden produced, he's on all those CDs, all of them. So he's on keyboards, and then so the band. So I just saw Eddie M last night. Yeah. So I said, Eddie, you have to do my show. So I have to call him to go. Wait, it's Monday today. Yeah. I have to call him.
Okay.
So I think he's going to be part of the show.
All right. If you
He
guys
play with Prince.
Yeah. If you guys think of all those Prince recordings where they were the burning saxophone, especially he was in Sheila band for years and years. And man, just an amazing.
This is 84.
I mean, everybody that is in your band, there's a couple guys I have, but everybody, especially based on what you just said. But even the people that I personally know who are, everybody is an emanator of Saber J is the name of Juan's most recent CD. It's the one that features Kemper on vocals and DeBarge as well.
Right.
rounding out the band was your sister Selena. What's she doing? Because at the time when you made that video, when Sheila needed a band, you threw a guitar on her, but she wasn't a guitar player.
No.
And what's
So this is a trip. So Zena has a lot of talent. She's, you know people that have talent who don't want to be on stage, and they just you only see it at home or at parties. And they have a couple of drinks, they party. Zena doesn't drink. And I'm just saying, there's people that you're like, God, you're so talented. What are you gonna do with that? They just don't do not want to be on stage. They just, that's just part of who they are. Zena's that person. She's talented. So when I was after my CD,
she's the standout in this family, by the way, because it's a talented family. Everybody does a lot of things, and everybody's charismatic and everything, and musically talented. But she's the one who's like, oh, let them.
Yeah, she didn't want to be involved, but so I said, Zena, do it for me. I need a background singer. I need some harmony. She goes, I don't sing. I said, I hear you sing.
Quit playing.
Yeah. Right, quit playing. You can sing. You go, okay, I'm so nervous. I said, don't worry about it. You're with your brother. Just come on in.
It's a safe place.
Safe place. Like, just sing. Have fun. And she was so nervous the first show. After that, now she's a ham. I brought her out. She thinks she lead now.
Created a market.
Yeah. So now she's like, oh, Juan, you got a key. You need to sing this way. I'm like, really? How do you know my part?
You.
Yeah, first she didn't want to sing. Now she's telling me what to do. Okay. I'm like, okay.
But keep your eyes out for the new Zena
Escovedo
album. We'll see when it.
Yeah, so it's good to have her.
I'm glad you coaxed her out onto the stage.
Now she loves it.
Yeah. I run into one at the grocery store. I ran into you guys at the most divest bar the other night because it was Taco Tuesday. We had taco. And right. I walk up and I see one walking by, and I'm like, man, where did the guy get a shot? Oh, that's one. But he's always got on the most exciting. I mean, this is like you went to 2 shows last night. Your uncle Alejandro came on.
Yes.
And he lives in Texas, so he came to the Bay Area, so you went out, and then you saw Eddie last night. And so this is the day after going out and staying out all night long. He rolled out of bed dressed like this. This is just like
took about 20
minutes around, falling out of bed close. All right, so here's the thing. There's 2 things I want to do. First, I need to ask you a question that I've never asked you as long as I've known you. Can you introduce me to? I know everybody in your family, but
stand in line, homie. It ain't gonna happen. No, I got you. Okay, so you just gotta come to.
I've got to be around.
You gotta be around. Yeah.
Actually, she was at your last birthday party, and I was there. So I was with you.
Well,
yeah.
Okay,
that's my fault.
That was your chance. You have my number.
I know.
You could have texted me. I would have had it done.
Yeah. We was on stage at the time. And then as we close out, most important question: how's Mom?
Mom's is good. Pops is good. So we just did Yoshi's.
Yeah.
A little while back.
That was
a couple of weeks.
Retirement show.
Yeah, he's gonna be 88.
Man.
Yeah. And
he is
sold out 5 shows for 3 days.
Years.
Yeah. He's been playing since yeah. But he's doing his artwork.
Yeah.
Which is so amazing. And he's just because when the pandemic hit and stuff, he just took a lot of time to get back to his painting. He just loves it. And if you see his artwork and all the feeling and love is in his painting, it's like sometimes I don't get it. When you look at paintings and they're going for 100,000, this man, I'm like, really? Looks like sloppy work, whatever. My father's painting is still the love of artwork. Yeah. The vibrant colors, the colors, the people, the abstract and stuff. Yeah. And actually his paintings are in the sound room in Oakland for this whole month.
Yeah.
So
they extended it.
They extended it, but people loved it. They're coming in. They're purchasing his artwork. You could obviously go to com and purchase and see his artwork and send it out to you.
Well, the first time I went to a Pete Escovedo art show, I was going just because it was Pete Escovedo. I was like, no, I was wrong. And then I went and I saw these, man, there must have been 500 paintings. I mean, he has been working on these paintings for decades. And there were so many paintings there, and they all are alive and vibrant. And the colors and choices that he makes, they're all, you can really see the sentiment and the outpouring. I mean, you can't really do anything without lumping emotion all over it. That's just how you guys are wired. So, that's a different medium, but, another story. So I'm glad he's doing well. I'm glad that he was able to finish an illustrious, amazing career on his own terms and on his own purpose. What you guys, of course, sold out Yoshi's 5 days in 5 shows in 3 days.
Right.
Yeah. So not.
And actually, I'm gonna be there April 22nd.
Okay.
I'll be there. Yoshi with mother.
Hey, it's a tremendous honor for me to have Juan on. Like I said at the beginning, I've admired him as a musician for many, many years, but he's also a really good dude. Thank you, man.
Thanks for having me. Okay. And I'll be here again on my 65th. We're going to have it here in the studio.
Here in the Escape.
We're going to party here.
All right.
Till 4 a.m. And we're going to jam. Look at all this instruments and stuff.
Hey, my
Sounds amazing drummers here.
Should we, want to play something?
Yeah, we can play something.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Juan Escovedo.
She's a black magic woman. She's a black magic woman. She's a black magic woman. Got this on my see.